Tonight's topic is misinformed things theists say about atheists. Now, there's a lot of religious people out there that think that, atheists out there, they just don't want to acknowledge God because they're angry at him. Like you're angry at your kid for taking out something not taking out the trash, or that your God owes you something because your parents died in a car accident, your kid died, or somebody's whatever died, and they say, well, God, you took my family from me in this horrible disease or horrible boating accident, and it's all your fault, and I'm going to hate you the rest of my life, so I'm not going to believe in you anymore. No, it doesn't work like that. If we don't believe in something, we just don't believe in it. There is no hating on it. I can't hate a God, which I don't believe in, any more than a theist could hate the invisible pink magical elephant that's floating around Mars right now. And I've posted that to people. And it's like, do you hate that elephant that doesn't exist too? Well, no. Well, see, there you go. If you can't hate that because you don't believe it's real, I don't believe your God is real, I'm not angry at it. So we're going to put our timer up on the clock. We're going to start with Dave tonight. And Dave, your time starts now.
I'm angry at the Jabberwocky.
Are you? I hate that camel. He pisses me off.
Very angry at the Jabberwocky for being so nonsensical.
Right. I just didn't like the fact that the Jabberwocky keeps smiling when in just the teeth keep showing up.
So anyhow,
or is that the cat? I don't know.
This argument is completely fallacious, and people want to think that God is something that everyone acknowledges, that everyone knows exists. You just know it's something that's inherent within all of us, and it just isn't. I mean, I find myself incapable of belief, and people criticize that standpoint, and they say, no, you're just angry at God, and therefore you reject him.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the case. I don't believe that God exists. I'm not angry at any fictional character, be it God or the Jabberwocky or a Minotaur. I'm not. Right. I'm really not angry at God. Now, that being said, if there were a God that had the capability to interact with the world, and it did exist and could be proven to be true, I certainly wouldn't be happy with it.
Right.
I would not be happy with that God and the choices that it seems to be making. I think that it would have to, if I died tomorrow and discovered that there were a God, I would expect that God to explain itself to me.
Yes, I would too. It's like, well, why didn't you believe it? It's like, because I have questions, for one, and the fact is that you did shit that, like you let all these people in Africa die, and you let people like Joel Osteen get lots of fucking money. Can you explain that to me, please? Because that would piss me. I'm kind of pissed off about that. That would be reason to be pissed off. But the fact is that no God, that I don't believe a God exists. That he's like, hey, I can't be mad at something I don't believe exists.
Yeah, as far as my thinking on the subject is that disbelief is a default position until there's adequate evidence given to make me suspend my disbelief.
Mm-hmm.
The willing suspension of disbelief requires disbelief to be the default.
Right.
Until I have evidence to suspend that disbelief, I'm going to continue to disbelieve. It's not an anger thing. It's a logic and reason thing. It's a intellectual honesty thing.
Right.
I don't think that atheists who yell and get upset and
that really floors me.
I don't think that they do us a lot of favors.
Right. But that really floors me. Just for a second here, that really floors me because Christians think that I've encountered anyway think that, well, atheists, because you don't believe in God, you don't have a reason to get angry. Like, fuck, we get reasons to get angry all the time. But because something bad happens doesn't mean we're angry at God for it. Well, we're just angry at the circumstances.
I can certainly be angry at the people who do believe and use that belief to do awful things.
Right.
I can be angry at the idea that is perpetuated. I can be angry at believers who use that to change legislation, that to try to force religion on people who don't believe or who believe in a different God. I mean, I'm angry at God. Which God?
Right. Which God are we angry at? The one that you believe in? Or how about the Muslim God? How about the monkey God of South Africa? Am I angry at that one too? How about the water gods? Am I angry at those ones? How about am I angry at the northern gods and the Norse gods? Which gods are you talking about?
Yeah. No, I mean, it's an absurd argument to say that atheists are just angry at God. Atheists can certainly be angry at believers in God and can be angry at the religion or ideas. You can be angry at an idea, but you can't be angry at something that you don't believe in. Just as much as I'm not angry, knowing that Santa Claus does not exist, I do not get angry at Santa Claus.
You didn't bring my presents. I'm angry at you, Santa.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't. What? And besides, if I'm angry at it, what fucking good is it gonna help her do anyway? It's like, what is it gonna make it magically appear?
Spoiler alert: Santa doesn't exist.
Oh yeah.
let's give Crystal a little bit of.
Oh
time.
Sure, we kind of dominated the whole time here. Crystal, your thoughts?
Oh, okay. I've got two different trains of thought on this because I think that for me, I think that's just an asinine position to take. How can you be mad at something that you absolutely do not believe in? Just as you guys have said, I never have thought that about atheists. I have heard that amongst my peers, and I think if you ever see any of the discussions I get into, I fight my side over that with you guys more than anything.
Mm-hmm.
Is trying to debunk that fallacy. Is something happened in your life and that caused you to turn against God.
You're an atheist sympathizer, Crystal.
Yes. they don't believe. There is no argument there. I don't see why that's a big thing. I agree with Dave. I don't think that the angry atheists do you guys any good any more than I think that the angry Christians do us any good.
Right.
And there's just a thing of respect, and I think it's a matter of just you believe what you believe. And that goes for both sides. My second train of thought is I think sometimes, and I will get bashed about this bad from the Christian side, but I think a lot of it is projection. I think a lot of it is us maybe being mad at God and not being able to admit that. Oh,
then that's our time. Thank you. It's very well done.
I always get that fucking buzzer. Damn it.
I'm glad there's people like you out there, Crystal, that are trying to help dispel these myths amongst your religious peers. That you're saying, hey, they say, well, those atheists are just angry at God, and you're out there fighting the good fight, saying, no, they're not. They just don't believe in it. So please don't say that because you're making us look like frickin' idiots when you say shit like that.
All donations to Crystal Says So at gmail.com.
It's a fallacy, people. Don't use this as saying that, because we don't believe, we're obviously angry because of whatever reason.
Hey, the timer ran out. Why do you get extra time?
Because I'm the host. That's why I get extra time.
Because I always have to get the buzzer.
That's
it's
right.
just the rule.
That's right. It's just one of the rules.